This is the video where I'm gonna be answering the questions I got about life in Seoul and dance in Seoul. So the first question that I got a lot was about visas and basically how someone can stay here for a long time and what kind of visa I have. So if you're coming from most countries, I don't have a list, but you can look it up on the internet. You're gonna be able to stay here for 90 days with a tourist visa. And after that, you're gonna have to go out of the country, and if you want to come back, and you're gonna have another 90 days. That is a tourist visa, so you cannot work. However, relating to dance, there is absolutely no problem with taking dance classes. If you have a tourist visa, you can take all dance classes that you want. Another good option, in my opinion, is to sign to a language course that will give you a D4 visa, which is a language training visa that allows you to have a part-time job and to stay here as long as you need to study. So language courses usually go on a 3-month basis, so you're gonna have to basically renew your visa each time. Or there is the work and holiday visa, which lasts a year, and not all countries can get it, and so for that too you will need to get a list and check your country. But if you can, it's a visa that allows you to stay here in Korea, and as the name says, work. You can get a part-time job, not a real full-time job with a work and holiday most of the time, but again, it depends from case to case. Those are the options that are available to me and that I know about. Is Seoul expensive? It depends on your lifestyle. It's pretty remarkable for a city like Seoul to offer so many cheap options in terms of pretty much anything, from housing to transportation to food, anything that you might need. However, there's a lot of expensive stuff. It's really easy to start thinking, okay, I'm gonna go on a budget and I'm gonna save on this and that, and then you end up spending everything you got. And that's partially because of the social life, I would say. If you're hanging around with people who either have an expensive lifestyle or who have a very different lifestyle from you, you might end up spending a lot of money. Reason: the first group, pretty obvious, expensive lifestyle. If you want to be with them, usually you're gonna spend more at least than you would normally if you're on a budget. If you're with somebody who does a lot of different things from you, I mean, if you want to meet, you will probably have to compromise. So you will end up spending money on the things that you do with them and on the things that you want to do. So if you do that a lot, it's gonna end up being very expensive. Then, is it easy to fit in? I would say it totally depends on you. Like, I think if you come here with the mindset of, I'm the different one, I am the foreigner, I am the one who will be left out because da-da-da-da-da, that is what's gonna happen. You're gonna feel left out, you're gonna feel different. Whilst if you come here thinking just like, I'm here now and this is my place now, you know, I'm not trying to pretend like I'm Korean, but I'm not also trying to make myself feel more different. Like, we're all just people in the end. Just come here, know what you're doing, know why you're doing it, know who you are, and you're gonna find your place, you're gonna feel okay. I also got a couple of questions about Seoul in terms of lights and sounds, and those are very good questions because Seoul is a city that is alive basically 24/7. So my advice for that would be, first, pick where you live, mostly being careful to sound. Because the window, you can find a way to cover that, but with sound you cannot silence the city. And for most of us, we need to be able to hear our alarms, so we also cannot wear anything that will make everything go silent, basically. Okay, so now let's move on to the dance things. Why Seoul for dance? Why did you go to Seoul to learn dance? The reason is that because K-pop is so big, a lot of money went into creating, well, dance studios, choreographers, right? But of course, if you get a dancer or a choreographer, They might not want to just do stuff for K-pop. They might want to open their own studio and do their own thing. And that's what happened, and it's huge. Yep. Another question, which is again relating to money, is dance expensive? Let's say that for one class it's usually around 30 bucks and 30,000 won. Then there are monthly passes, which are usually around 300 bucks, 300,000 won. And then it really depends on the studio. Different studios have different coupons that you can use, but usually what happens is for a month you buy a coupon that is valid during that month for a certain amount of classes, and then you take the classes that you want, from the teachers that you want within the number of classes that you bought, and the coupon expires at the end of the month. There are some other classes for basics and like different techniques, say popping or b-boy. In those cases, the teachers usually have their own way of organizing the course. There's not one set method. So you will have to come and see for yourself. Do you need to know Korean to dance in Seoul? No, you don't need to. To come to Seoul in general, though, I would say it's a good thing to learn Korean at some point, because besides dancing, you will be staying in the city. Because the thing about the expat community here is that a lot of people come and go, and you usually have like very different lives or like live in different places, so it can be difficult to really like feel like you're part of something. Usually it's gonna be with Koreans, and if it's with Koreans and you don't know the language, it's not really gonna work. So please do learn Korean either before coming or as you're here, that's fine. Another one relating to dance is, how is the vibe in the dance community? This is a good question because Korea is a pretty competitive place. However, I would say that the dance community is a very, very lucky place to be, because people tend to be way more open to everybody having their own style and, their own body type, their own fashion style, their own dance style, and they're very supportive. So I would say that the people are really great in the dance community. Within the studios, it can get competitive, but it's basically never personal. Especially if you're a foreigner, they usually tend to be more careful towards you because they understand that you might be very lost and confused. Again, I would say that it highly depends on your mental state and on what you think will happen. Last question. Would you advise coming to Korea? I mean, yeah, if you want to, if you're interested, just come. It offers a ton of stuff, from arts to sports to academics to whatever, literally whatever you want to do is here. Also, Korea is a really small country, so it's really easy to find pretty much anything, from the sea to the mountains to the 시골 countryside to the countryside. There's everything. So if you want to come, please do. And that's it. If you have any other things you want to know, please ask out and I will answer them very gladly. Also, don't be scared to write me. A lot of people who write me are like, I don't want to disturb you, I hope you're not mad at me, if you ignore me, it's okay. No, it's not. That would be so rude. Please feel free to message me and I will answer whenever I can. If I don't answer you, I probably didn't see your message, or I will do something like this. So thank you for being here. Bye!